Hey guys, Meteorologist Chris Tomer here with this Saturday mountain weather update. Let's go out to California where the storm has passed, but a beautiful view this morning from the top of Mount Rose. A whopping 54-inch storm total out of this last storm that is now affecting a lot of the Intermountain West with heavy snowfall. Your next chance of snow is pretty light, and I believe that comes in tomorrow. So that's Mount Rose. Let me show you what's going on in Utah. It is still snowing. This is Solitude ski area up in Big Cottonwood Canyon, reporting about 2 feet of snow in the last 2 days, and it keeps snowing. And we've got an additional storm system yet to go. So we're not even at our totals. I mean, it's going to keep on snowing. Um, Down in Colorado, this is Steamboat. You're up close to, I believe, 20 inches over the last 48 hours. You can see a guy right there getting, he's doing his transition. And up in Big Sky, Montana, you're reporting about, I think, 11 inches in the last 24 hours. So it should be a great day up there in Big Sky, Montana. All right, let me take you back and go up to Jackson Hole reporting 14 inches in the last 24 hours. I believe you're close to 2 feet over the last couple of days, and you're just getting started. You've got at least another storm system yet to go with heavy accumulation. One more stop, Alta, Utah, 21 inches in the last 24 hours. And I believe that puts you at 30 inches for the last 48 hours. So big time snow. And in Breckenridge, still snowing. I got the snow coming down, and it's a little bit breezy, a little bit gusty at times with winds of 15 to 30 miles per hour. You can see some of the wind coming across the lens there. So it should be a great day. Here's radar. Notice the blue. You've got another wave rolling out of Idaho towards the Tetons, down into the Wasatch, and then heading towards Colorado. So there's a little extra wave coming through, and then a whole nother storm system about to hit the Pacific Northwest, getting ready to come on shore. Let's investigate this just a little bit. You can see the blue over the top of Salt Lake and the Wasatch Front this morning. Some snow over the parts of western Colorado, so that will have to sweep through the I-70 corridor today, this afternoon, and up in Wyoming. There's your snow coming out of Idaho Falls up towards Jackson and the Tetons. Likely will move down over the Wind Rivers as well. Up in the Northeast, a whole storm system. This is all these storm systems that hit the west, then move to the east. This one's got a lot of ice in parts of Ohio and snow over Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, coming across the Great Lakes. All this will then roll up into the Northeast and snow up in Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. So here's the setup on water vapor across the west. So on this, your oranges and reds are going to be your drier air at the lower levels. Your moisture's in the whites and the blues. So here is well, this is the major storm system that hit California. And then there's another little wave coming in behind it. I showed you that into Wyoming, Utah, and Colorado. Then look at this big guy right here, getting ready to come on shore. Big area of low pressure, and there's another one behind it. But this is the next one to really watch. That's the next big storm system for 216 to 218. So all that is in my forecast. In fact, well, you know what? Let's just go to the bullet points first. So we've got the next little minor wave rolling through Wyoming, Utah, Colorado as we speak. The next storm system, 216 to 218, with heavy additional accumulation. So that's what's coming. Here's my best odds of snow in the snow timeline. Big Sky, light to moderate 215. So that's today. It'll continue snowing up there. And then that next storm system, 216 to 218, heavy accumulation. So that's a lot to look forward to. And the timeline's very similar for the Wasatch, the Tetons, and Colorado. You can see it's that next storm system, 216 into 218 for the Wasatch, Tetons, 216 to 218, Colorado. There's still leftover snow today with that second wave, but then that storm system, 216 to 218. The other places, I'm not going to go through all these, but Tahoe, light 216, and then 219, 220, light to moderate. In the Northeast, you've got a couple of different storm systems. I showed you the one that'll come through a little bit later today. All right, drilling down into the Wasatch, Little Cottonwood. This is up at Alta ski area, the forecast mediogram. This is effective about 9,000 feet. So a tiny bit of leftover snow up there for the rest of this morning. You could still see another few inches of accumulation out of that. Then things will start to taper, especially midday into the afternoon. The winds are going to be gusty, 40, 45 miles per hour today. Temperatures will continue to fall today, so it's not actually going to get warmer. Single digits rest of today up there. And then tomorrow the temps do warm, mid 20s, out ahead of our next storm system. And here it is, late on the 16th into the 17th. This accumulates potentially 12 to 18 inches of snow out of that storm system alone. So there's a little bit left over here this morning up in the Wasatch, and then the next storm system delivers a heavy shot of snow. Okay, let me just show you what it looks like down or up the road up at Jenny Lake up in Wyoming. The forecast mediagram is quite active. It's got a lot of snow yet to go up there in the parts of Wyoming. Now, this is effective about 86, 8,700 feet. So a little bit of leftover snow this morning up there, maybe an inch or two. Then here comes the big storm, 16, 17, into early 18, and this accumulates over 2 feet of accumulation out of that storm system. Wind gusts 40, 45 miles per hour. It's turning colder all day today into the single digits. It warms tomorrow ahead of the storm, then it moves in. And then you've got your snow production. Most of the snow production is going to occur at about 20 degrees Fahrenheit. Okay, let's look at the jet stream forecast so you can see all this action coming in. So what I'm looking for here are the brighter colors. This is the steering wind up at about 30,000 feet. And you can spot the storm systems, these dips in this jet stream pattern. So, I mean, obviously we started today at about lunchtime. You got a big dip over the top of Colorado, Wyoming, and northern New Mexico. That storm system moving out into the plains becomes the next storm system for the Midwest and the Northeast. So then here comes, look at the Pacific Northwest. This is late on the 16th, early into the 17th. This is that actual storm system. Comes out of the Pacific Northwest, dives down into the Intermountain West, Idaho, Montana, Wyoming, Utah, Colorado. Here's late on the 17th. There's late on the 18th, slides through, and then becomes another storm for the plains, the Midwest, and the Northeast. And then look behind it, another storm system right here. This is early on the 20th, and it dives right through the Intermountain. Late on the 20th, there's early on the 21st, and that's probably not it. There's probably another storm system behind it. So an active pattern. Snowfall accumulation over time. On this map, the light blues correspond to under 3 inches of accumulation. We'll start it at lunchtime today. Greens are 3 to 6, yellows 6 plus, reds are 10 plus. So you've got snow over Colorado, snow over Utah, and Wyoming with that little wave. Okay, then that passes through. Here comes the next, look up to the Pacific Northwest. There's the next storm system. This is about lunchtime on Sunday, the 16th. So our big storm from the west has now moved all the way up into the northeast with heavy snow accumulation for a lot of New York State, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, and even parts of Massachusetts. All right, now here comes our storm dropping down from Montana into Idaho, Wyoming, Utah, Colorado. This is late on Sunday. Here's early Monday. There's late Monday, still snowing. And then it finally makes its move out into the plains. There's a little bit of snow behind it there. All right, another storm system right here. This is late on the 19th, February 19th. Storm coming out of the Pacific Northwest, dropping down through the interior, moves into Utah, Wyoming, Idaho, and Colorado through late on the 20th. Okay, my official numbers look like this. So the rest of today through the 18th, in the Wasatch, I've got another 8 to 16 inches of snow yet to go. Remember, you've got the little wave coming through today, and then the bigger storm afternoon 216 through 218. Up in the Tetons, an additional 1 to 2 feet of accumulation. I don't think that's going to be a problem at all. Taking a look at this next storm, the flow looks really generous and juicy for a lot of the Tetons. Afternoon 216 to 218. In Colorado, the heaviest additional snow is going to be up around Steamboat, Cameron Pass, another 8 to 12 across the I-70 corridor, and less accumulation in the southern mountains, but still some, and northern New Mexico as well, probably 4 to 8 inches through a lot of those zones. Up in Montana, potentially 10 to 12 inches of additional accumulation at the ski areas. Looks like Brundage up to Schweitzer, about 8 on the way, 6 is through interior BC, less down in the Banff area. And the Pacific Northwest, anywhere from potentially 10 to 20 inches, and very light stuff remaining for California. All right, up in the Northeast, you've got two storm systems. One later today into tomorrow, and then another one after that. So potentially about a foot of accumulation up here in Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine, more in parts of upstate New York, and 6s to 7 to 8 there from parts of Hunter Mountain into parts of Massachusetts. All right, guys, we're going to end on the big western map here. Again, we still got a lot of action to go. Got the wave coming through today. You've got another big storm waiting up in the Pacific Northwest, so things look good all the way through the 18th. All right, be safe out there, and thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Take care.